Welcome, Jaunteurs and Awakening Souls, to another episode of Alchemize It Back to Love. This series is where we take each pillar of whole life wealth and ask, how can we return it, transform it, and root it back into love? Today, we turn toward the pillar of intellectual wealth. Intellectual wealth is not about being the smartest in the room. It is not about knowing all the answers or storing every fact. It is about the living current of curiosity. When our intellect feels out of balance, love is always the element that helps us alchemize it back into harmony. Let's begin by asking, what does it mean to alchemize our intellect back to love? Every thought, every question, and every pursuit of knowledge has two paths. When intellect is driven by fear, comparison, or ego, it can become rigid, judgmental, even isolating. But when we root the intellect back into love, it transforms into wisdom, connection, and wonder. Let's look at curiosity. When curiosity is not alchemized back to love, it can turn into restlessness or distraction. We chase answers endlessly, never satisfied, feeling like we're falling behind. But when we meet curiosity with love, it becomes a sacred guide. Curiosity shows us where our soul longs to grow. It becomes playful, expansive, and deeply nourishing. Now consider knowledge. When knowledge is not alchemized back to love, it can harden into arrogance. We cling to what we know, using it to prove ourselves or close the door on others' perspectives. But when we meet knowledge with love, it softens into wisdom. We remember that knowing is only half the journey. Sharing and integrating it with compassion is what makes it meaningful. Let's look at questions. When questions are not alchemized back to love, they can spiral into doubt or anxiety. We get caught in the what if I'm wrong or what if I don't know enough. But when we meet questions with love, they become invitations. Questions open doorways, create connection, and point us back to source. And then there is creativity. When creativity is not alchemized back to love, it can become comparison, perfectionism, or self-criticism. We measure our ideas against others, doubt ourselves, and shut down. But when we meet creativity with love, it becomes pure expression. Creativity alchemized through love is play. It is the mind's way of celebrating curiosity. It births new ideas without judgment. From the Akashic perspective, the intellect is a bridge, a sacred tool the soul uses to translate divine whispers into human understanding. When intellect is rooted in fear, it separates. When intellect is rooted in love, it unifies. Every question you hold is not a gap or a lack. It is a thread connecting you back to source. Curiosity is a soul-coded frequency. Your questions are holy because they are how wisdom continues to unfold. The records reveal curiosity is how the soul speaks to the mind, and creativity is how the soul sings through the mind. Both are threads of divine intelligence, both meant to be rooted in love. From a scientific perspective, curiosity literally primes the brain for learning. Research shows that curiosity activates the dopamine in the brain's seeking system. Dopamine is not only released when we find the answer, it lights up when we pursue the question. This means Love-aligned curiosity keeps your brain more open, flexible, and resilient. It improves memory, learning, and even creativity. Love alchemizes intellect into growth, not pressure. I'd like to invite you into a brief reflection. If you have a journal nearby, you may want to write or simply close your eyes and notice. Feel free to pause if you want more time for your answers to arise. Ask yourself, if my intellect could tell my life story, what would it say? If my intellect could tell my life story, what would it say? What question is most alive in me today? What question is most alive in me today? What would it look like to meet this question with love? What would it look like to meet this question with love? If curiosity could speak, what message would it want me to hear? If curiosity could speak, what message would it want me to hear? And finally, where is my curiosity asking to be expressed through creativity? Where is my curiosity asking to be expressed through creativity? Take a slow breath, place a hand gently at your crown or heart, and whisper inwardly, I honor my curiosity and I return it back to love. I honor my curiosity and I return it back to love. Notice what shifts when you offer love to the questions you are holding. This is the practice of alchemizing back to love. Not fixing, not forcing. Simply allowing both curiosity and creativity to be the companions on the path. Curiosity as your compass, creativity as its expression. Both transformed through love. I'd love to hear from you. Share with me in the comments if any part of this episode resonated with you or provided an aha moment. Your share could be the light on someone else's journey. Thank you for joining me for this Alchemize It Back to Love episode. If you'd like to go deeper into intellectual wealth, you can explore the full temple immersion where we dive into archetypes, guided meditation, and journaling practices designed to help you embody intellectual wealth more fully. This free immersion can be accessed through the portal, and the link is in the description. If you're interested in last month's Alchemize It Back to Love Emotional Wealth Edition, I will link to it at the top of this video. May you continue to explore, experience, and expand through the wealth of your own becoming. With love and light, I am Terra.